I know ain't nobody in here yet, so I'm gonna just roam around my boat. I'm gonna get me a beverage. While we wait. Okay. I'm coming back up to the front. There's still nobody in here, which is okay, fine too. I'll tell you what, it's been a day, everybody. It's been a crazy day. Turn that camera a little bit. There. All right. We're good. I might even be able to see that chat if I pull that camera a little bit closer. Huh, that's much better. Got one thumbs up and nobody's in the room. Welcome in. Wild Hook, welcome in. So anyway, today we're crappie fishing. I've caught a bunch of dinks, to be honest with you. Anthony J. all day, Mid-South, welcome in. So when I say I've caught a bunch of dinks, I ain't playing when I'm saying dinks. These crappie in this lake, they're so small because they're overpopulated. I guess there's not enough food source for them. But the conservation wants you to take as many out as you can, up to 30. And they don't care what size it is. And every one I think the biggest one I've caught so far today might have been 6 inches. I've had issue on top of issue on top of issue. And we'll start with last night. I got home, after I did the live, I said I was going to go home and get everything ready. So I did. I went out, unhooked the battery for the boat, because I'd had it charging for 2 days to make sure it was good in charge. I checked my trolling motor. It don't do nothing. So I'm like, okay, crap. I guess that battery's dead for some reason. Maybe the battery went bad. Then I went to turn the motor over on the big motor, and it's completely dead. So now I'm like, well, what the heck is going on? So I went in the house and got my small battery charger and plugged it up to my trolling motor battery, and it started charging. So I let the dude charge all night. It was only like 3/4 of the way charged by morning. So apparently my onboard charger for my boat doesn't work anymore. So that means I'm going to have to go buy a $200 charger to charge batteries on this boat. Which doesn't make me happy. Anthony J's at the river, awesome. Catch some big ones, buddy. So now it's going to probably be a couple $100 for an onboard battery charger. I know I've got a battery that I've had in here that is like 3 years old for a starting battery. It needs to be replaced. So what I'm really thinking about doing, I just got to hit. Got to hit again. As what I'm thinking about doing is just buying a lithium battery for the trolling motor.
Having any luck?
No, not really. A bunch of small crappie.
Yeah.
Like 2, 3, 4, 5 inches.
Oh boy.
That's been about it so far. So anyway, thinking about getting a lithium battery for the trolling motor and putting the newer trolling motor battery in the back for the starting battery, plus having to buy an onboard charger. So I have a couple options of doing this. I can go to Bass Pro and put it on my Bass Pro card. At least that way I get points, and I can get it on a 0% for like a year. That's a hit. There it is. There it was. So there's some crappie over here. Or I can order one from Amazon. I was kind of doing some research on them last night, and a bunch of them are crap. You know, it seems like the Life or something like that, or Live Pro, seems to be the one that everybody's saying is a really decent battery for the price. It's about 200 bucks. So with that comes a new charger, just for the lithium battery. And if you get a lithium battery, you can't charge it under 32 degrees. So that means anytime I want to charge it, I got to take it out and take it in the house to charge it. So I'm really torn. I don't know which way to go, which way to do it. And sorry to have y'all listen to my bitching today. That's just what kind of day it's been. And I went to use my YouTube phone. This one right here. I use it only for YouTube. The only thing I use it for. It just wants to constantly restart and shut off. It won't let me do anything. So that's happened. So now I got no outboard motor. I got 3/4 of a charge on my trolley motor. So therefore I did not go where I wanted to go, because I wasn't sure if anything was going to work at all. So now I'm at this lake that's like 20 miles from my house. It's full of dink fish. I can't go back in the river where I wanted to go, because I'm afraid if I get back there, I'm not going to make it back out. So how's your guys' day been? And if you want to know what I'm using, I'll pull it in and show it to you. This is a jig made by Cold Hearted Baits. It's a local company here. Man, it had another big tail on it. Man, that tail is probably another inch longer than what it is here. I cut part of that tail off to give it a little smaller profile. And the fish seem to like it. It's just the fish are small. That's not the bait's fault. It's the lake's fault. If I had some of them brush pile jigs like I was going to get, or that I'm going to get, like Rod uses, man, them things are durable. I tore some fish up with them jigs. I mean, I caught probably 20 crappie on those jigs, maybe more, on one jig. And they weren't small crappie. I mean, there was a couple smaller ones, but there was quite a few big ones. So I'm going to move up here to this next little tree. I have to go around the tree, because I have rods up in the back. Well, not Rod at Rod's Fishing Adventure. He's not in the back, but my fishing rods are. You see, I probably need to be right up underneath that tree. Billy, welcome in. Ashley, hello, hello. Everybody else I missed, welcome in. I'm just on a rant today, sorry. I do have my video camera set up. The voice command doesn't want to work on it. So if I say GoPro start recording, it don't do anything like it's supposed to. Because generally when you say GoPro start recording, it's supposed to turn on. And you know what it's not doing? It's not turning on. I call it a stupid GoPro. It don't turn on. Called it a dumb GoPro, worthless GoPro, overpriced GoPro. It still don't turn on. It's like it has something against me today. I haven't called the GoPro Mid-South. Oh, Wild Hook, your stickers are in the mail. I sent one for you and your lovely lady both. So the key to catching crappie is making sure you have water. Crappie like structure, so having structure is a help. Don't mean you're going to catch crappie, but it's a help. I wasn't going to go live because I had so many issues, but yesterday in my live, I told people I'd go live. So, I didn't want to be a liar, so I went live. Ain't going to guarantee how long I'm going to be live. I should have made this a members only live. It would have been a good members only live. So my phone up here just turned back on. I don't know what's going on with it. My YouTube phone. But I think it's broken. I'm going to take it home, try to charge it all the way up, and see if it does some good. Maybe it's just low when it says it's full. I don't know. Yes, it's John Parker level stuff. I just had a hit, and I missed it because I was reading chat. Right now, I would say John Parker can do better than I can. He's got skills. So seeing as how I have all these issues, I brought, which I was going to, I did bring my catfish rod because I was going to go up in the river and catfish in the river. So I might just catfish here in the lake. I'm here, so I might as well do it, right? There's, oh, well, whatever that was, it's kind of nice compared to everything else I've got to buy from. So I've learned all my my vertical jigging skills from watching Rod's Fishing Adventures. He's like the master of the vertical jig. And I learned how to catch small fish from watching Andy, the Fishing Hoosier. Because he catches a lot of dinks too. But we're still catching crappie. And that's what matters. Did not bring any lunch. I didn't eat any breakfast. So I've just kind of goofed up all the way around today. So if you want to know if I'm ignoring chat, no, not really. I just can't see it all that well. So to everybody that came in, welcome into the channel. Thank you all for coming in. Oh, and to top it off, I went to the gas station I get my bait from. So I was just going to get a dozen or two minnows. They don't have no minnows. I'm surprised they had gas. It's a gas station. I know it's not a bait station, but they normally have bait. like, fine. You don't got bait, I'll go somewhere else. It ain't their fault they're out of bait. Well, I guess it is because they didn't have it. But the bait guy just ain't been there yet. If I'd had some minnows, I can guarantee I'd have caught a lot more crappie. So I go to the bait store over here in town. He's closed on Wednesdays and Thursdays. You know what today is? Thursday. So you know what that means? No minnows for me. I sure wasn't going to Petco and spending a fortune on minnows. It's bad enough I had to put gas in my truck, and I put gas in a boat that I can't even use. Let's see if we can't find another spot up here. We ain't doing very good, guys. I'm going to take these rods down because we keep getting wrapped up in these trees. You know, today's got to get better, right? You know, they tried to call me into work yesterday, and I'm like, no, I'm going fishing. This looks like a juicy little spot. We might find something here. Kind of stick our nose in there and see what we can smell. We might be able to smell what the rock is cooking if we get into this hole. I think there's a brush pile under me. I got a brush pile in front of me. There might be some fish in here because there's brush piles. It's structure. We're in 10 foot of water. Doesn't mean the fish are in the water. There's a big old brush pile up underneath. Ah! I may need to change the color of my jig hook. I caught enough dinks over there, I could probably do a video with it. It'd be the itty bitty fishy video. Here, fishy, fishy. I guess an overachiever. Now, I don't think you overachieve at anything on Mid-South. I found a stick. If anything, I heard you was an underachiever. Just saying. Hey, my inflatable girlfriend don't give me no trouble. She stays in the closet when she ain't needed. She's great on a date. She's cheap. Leave my inflated girlfriend alone. Ain't no reason I keep missing these fish. Yeah, it is. Because they're so damn small. I can't even get that little bitty bait in their mouth. But anyway, 12 thumbs up, 8 wonderful people in. Thank you guys. Really thought for sure there'd be some fish in here. Looked like such a great spot. These guys are really small. I ain't kidding you guys. You wait till I get one, if I ever do, and I'll show you how small they are. Really kind of want to back up and try that tree, that little tree pile that I was on. I'd use my spot lock and spot lock on here, but every time I use my spot lock, it takes me 10 miles away from where I want to be. Plus, I run a little bit of battery down that I have in my charge. I'm not, recharging my battery. Then I'm going to be in trouble because I ain't going to be able to get back there. I did mark a spot down there. It had a bunch of crappie on it. That's a big old stick I'm snagged on. We're going to try this jig for just a few more minutes, then we're going to change colors, see if it makes a difference. There's that tree right here under me. Let's see if we can't catch the red out of that tree. Tree looks like it's about 5 foot down. See, that's 11-foot rod, so I'm probably right above that tree. Looks like there's fish on top of that tree. Keep that nose around a little bit. See if I just can't get on top of that tree this way. Don't look like there's nothing in that tree either. Go a little bit deeper maybe, see how that does. Hey Cindy, how you doing? I ain't really paying attention to chat, so nothing against anybody. Trying to find some crappie. Don't really know how long I'm going to do this. I might do it for an hour. Or until y'all leave me. I might boogie around. See, I know somewhere out there, there's a great big huge pile. It's usually a fish dive on it. There ain't nothing over that tree, it don't seem like. I know there's a tree here. Alright, so let's go over here where I was catching some little small ones earlier. We're moving really fast, but we're still moving. I hope nobody gets seasick. Don't rock the boat, baby. Where was that tree? I was catching fish by one of these trees over here. I don't remember which tree it was now, but it was one of them. I think it was that one right there, but it might not have been. It is a nice calm day on the lake. It's not windy at all, which is great, considering my battery's half dead from my trolling motor. That side of the lake over there, as shallow as can be. It's like inches deep. Turn the boat a little bit. Let's see if we can't get some crappie out of here. I'm pretty sure this is where I caught crappie out earlier. I think it's more on that stick over there. Here, crappie, crappie. Vertical jigging at its best. I'm going to stick my nose in over here by this tree, because I think this is where I was at earlier. I don't want to get too far into that tree. I don't want to get far enough. If you're curious about my rod, it's a long one. Do I know how to use my rod? I sure do. Does that mean I'm going to catch fish with it? No. If I had an ACC crappie stick, I could probably catch fish. Whatever the heck that was just fell and hit my boat. Scared the crap out of me. Maybe I was fishing that tree over there and caught fish. I don't know, guys, but I know I caught fish somewhere, dang it. So, and seeing as how my battery in the back's not working, that means my big fish finder's not working. So I guess I might as well buy a lithium battery. Well, I can't buy a lithium battery to start. I'll just separate it and put my fish finder on a different one. I'll just put 10 batteries in the boat. That way when one quits working, I got 9 more to go. Take care of that problem all the way. Looks like I need to get new stickers for my Minn Kota trolling motor too, because them are coming off. And it looks like we're going backwards just because we are. I'll grow out of it in a couple. I don't even want to know what you're talking about. I don't know if you're talking about the booster chair or what. Maria, welcome in. Good to see you. I think the tree I want to fish is right here. If you want to know why I'm going backwards, because I don't want to spin around. So we're kind of coming up on this tree I think I was catching fish on earlier. I know it's one of these trees that came off the shore and came down into the water. I just don't remember which one it was. I want to say I think it was this one or those. But the sun wasn't in my eyes earlier. It is now. I know at the end of one of them trees there's a big brush pile. I did catch some fish off of it. There's a big brush pile right there. It must have been off this thing. Oh, that sun is hot right there. It needs to go back behind them trees where it was. I'm being impatient here. We're just going to trolling motor all the way around. You need to make a trolling motor. It doesn't have cables to go to it. That way it doesn't get tangled up. You need to make wireless transducers so them cables don't get pinched, then you gotta go buy new transducers. I know, I've had that happen. So I know Mid-South has got a 100 amp hour lithium battery. He was telling me about it. And I really kind of figured that he should donate that to me because he don't ever fish in a boat anyway, nor a kayak. He can hardly fish off the bank. Of course, I guess today I can't really say a whole lot because I ain't doing crap myself. Oh no, that's a sticker bush. Really? I don't need to be sticker bushed. Hey, that hurts. Get off me. That was a hit. Now I'm fooling with the stupid sticker bush. That was another hit. Come back here. I want to show you guys I can at least catch 8 fish on live. And my other phone just restarted again. So the next thing is probably going to happen when I'm going home. My truck's going to break down. Or I'll get pulled over. That'll be something stupid. Probably should have just went to work when they tried to call me into work. Might have been a less painful day. Now I just knocked my drink over. Guarantee if I had minnows, I'd have caught some fish by now. There's got to be some between them two logs. Ah, there was. I just wasn't skilled enough to catch it. To be honest with you, it felt like a bluegill. Now it goes tap, 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 tap. There you go, I sent you an email too. There's just all kinds of structure out here. I don't know why we're not catching no fish. I think I need to change my jig over. That's a hit. I got a couple hits there. Let's get back in there and see if we can't get it. This still showing I'm over a ton of structure, but I wonder if those fish don't know it. Alright. So I'm going to change jigs. This one was fun. I did catch some small fish, like I said before I started live. But you know how it is, you turn the camera on and the fish turn off. So I kind of give you a little size comparison on these jigs. Like I said, I cut part of that tail off. And this is the size this jig originally was before I cut the tail off. So I mean, that's a big difference in the tail that I cut. Just thought that smaller profile might work a little bit better. That's worth the try. I'm just going to go with just like a regular monkey milk and see how that works for me. I'm going to cut that tail down again. Just give it a little stub. They may just dig that. They might like that a little bit better. We did get some rain when I was at Rod's here. I wasn't here, so I didn't get the rain. It rained here. This lake's kind of murky right now. I am horrible at picking out colors for different colored water. There's a big old tree right here. It looks like there's fish in it. It looks like it's about 5 feet down. They might not want this monkey milk either. Well, I should be right over that tree right now. Maybe I'll drop a little bit more into it. Another 6 or 8 inches. See you guys and double tap the screen. Awesome. Hi and bye, Tabarka, if you're leaving. Sorry. Concentrated on catching these crappie that don't want to bite. But I know they're here because I think I caught some here. Vertical jig fisherman I am not, but doggone it, I'm trying. I'm really thinking something with a chartreuse tail might be my better option here. But I'm just trying new stuff. That was a hit. He ran me right in that tree. Dang it. I was fishing this earlier, I couldn't get them to bite on one side of the tree. They were all on the other side. But they were all so small. I guess now they're not in this tree at all. That was a crappie pump. That's it though. I mean, I don't get it. I mean, this crappie should be all over it. This is a cliff that comes straight down. There's good structure around it. It's in the shade. The water temperature is 75 degrees. I can pretty much guarantee if I could get up in that river, that water temperature would probably be in the low 70s. And the bite's probably a lot better up there than what it is here. I've fished this area many times before and never really done a whole lot of good. So I'm just kind of going to let the current push me down this shore. Or the wind, whatever you want to call it. It's not current. It's not a currenty lake. Even where the river comes in, there's no current. It's not really, I don't know if it's really a river or a creek. I know it's got some, I found some 20 and 25 foot areas in that creek or river or whatever it is. And where are we at? It looks like 49 minutes. We're going to go for about 10 more minutes. I mean, an hour of not catching a crappie is terrible. Considering before I started the live, I caught like 10 in 5 minutes. That's why I decided to finally just go live. I mean, besides for what I said I would. A bunch of gizzard shad or threadfin or whatever kind of shad they are jumping over here. And I don't think in this lake that you can throw a shad net. I think you can throw it in the river or the creek part, whatever it is, but I don't think you can actually throw it in the lake for some reason. That's a bite and a bite. Maybe I'm too deep. Maybe I'm too shallow. Maybe I'm in the right spot and they just don't want what I have. getting little thumps. I'm just not, they're not committed to it enough I can actually set the hook. I had a couple thumps here. I'm going to try this again. Wait a minute. There's one. I told you guys. I knew I could catch a crappie. I got a crappie. This is a decent crappie for this lake. And that's really sad to say that this is a good crappie. It's a black crappie. They don't really get any bigger than that. This is a decent crappie for this lake. There's fish. I knew there was fish in there. They just needed to know they had to bite. Wonder why they're so small. I can tell you from what I was explained to that basically there's not enough food in the lake to support all of the crappie because everybody wants to keep big crappie. They want to keep those 9, 10, 11, 12 inchers. Well, once all those get depleted, there's no more big crappie and there's so many small crappie that they stunt. They just quit growing because there's no food source. You see how skinny that thing was? I mean, there's small shad in here, and you'd think they'd eat the small shad. And there's bluegill in here, so you'd think they'd eat the fry from the bluegill. So it's not like there's not food. It's just an overpopulation. So I think I said it already, but the conservation actually wants you to take those out so you can get a chance to get bigger fish because they're not competing so much for the food. But God forbid you take a small fish out because you got everybody on YouTube yelling at you. How dare you take that little bitty crappie? What are you going to do with that crappie? You can't get nothing off that crappie. Which I get that argument, but they also don't understand that if you don't take some of them small ones out, like a whole bunch, that you're never going to have big crappie because of the overpopulation. If that makes sense to anybody. I mean, I know Rod understands that because he fishes a couple lakes that they want you to take every single crappie you can because they're so overpopulated. Now I got in here where I wanted to fish because I had a snag on my line. like the vertical lives just because of the views you get. I myself personally would rather have the horizontal because you kind of get more. You can see more what's around you. You can see more of the scenery instead of just this one little spot. So we're going to go live for about another 3 minutes. Just had another hit right there. Little small hit. And another one. It seemed to like that bait swimming to him instead of just jigging. It seems he's got more hits that way. There we go. There's another. It's another okay one for this lake. Catch them all day like this. I mean, guys, I'm serious. That's probably not even bigger than 5 inches. Maybe 5.5. That's sad. This is a big lake. This is a nice big lake. It's actually, I believe, overdue for renovation. And basically what they got to do is shut the water off coming in, or redirect the water coming in from the creek or river, whatever the heck that is that comes in over there, and come in and dig this lake out. But I think it's a joint effort between the conservation and the city itself. And I think the city has to put so much money in order for them to renovate the lake. Because this lake, I mean, you're talking inches in depth, half of this lake, because it's just all filled out throughout the year, or filled in throughout the years. And I think if that ever happens, that will help the crappie population because they'll have more depth. Oops, that was a log. And more depth may mean more fish, more structure. Therefore, that means some smaller fish can get a little bit bigger, have a little bit bigger food to eat. But I don't have that money to do that. But I think it'd definitely be a plus if they did renovate this lake. I mean, don't get me wrong. I think it'd kill the fishing for a couple of years. But the fishing is not good now, so if the fishing is not good now, what the heck's it going to hurt? No way. Dang it. I just busted my line off. Guess I had a bad spot in it. Well, I guess that means I should probably just go ahead and end this live. I'm going to get tied on. And I'm just going to kind of roam around. I know I've ignored you guys kind of for the most part. Nothing personally against you, just trying to catch some fish and relax. I know you guys are self-sufficient. You don't need me. You just hear me blabbing about really nothing. Griping, complaining today. That's just been what kind of day it is. So hopefully it will get better. Hopefully I'll find some fish. Get my batteries charged up in the boat all the way. And catch 1 or 2 bigger fish. Like I said, I did bring some skipjack. Just because I had it from the live Sunday, I think. No. maybe I took it out yesterday. But it's still in freeze. It's still on ice. And there are catfish in here. I've caught them crappie fishing. I've never caught them trying to catch them. But maybe we'll try to catfish a little bit later. Yeah, that's really rough right there. Just a bad spot in the line. So anyway, guys, I'm going to end the live. I'm going to tie something else on. And I'm going to actually look for some structure in the deeper part a little bit. Well, I guess it's more shallow. There's a incline that drops from like inches to 6 or 7 feet. And I know there was a tree or two on it. So I'm going to try to find that and see if I can't get some crappie out of there. But that's going to take me a little time. So guys, I appreciate you for watching live. Thank you all. Sorry the fishing was a little bit better. It should be when you're crappie fishing. But give it another month. I can't guarantee the fish will be bigger, but the bite will be better. So thank you guys. We'll catch you next time on your Fun Fishing Adventures live stream. Camera turn off. I know. My GoPro don't do that either.